The helicopter exploded before it touched the ground. One moment, Sergeant Cole Walker and his Special Forces team were flying through the dark mountains of eastern Afghanistan. The next, a missile streaked through the night and slammed into the aircraft. The blast tore through the cabin. Cole felt himself thrown against the wall as flames erupted around him. The deafening roar drowned out the screams of his teammates. Then everything went black. When Cole opened his eyes, he was hanging upside down from his harness. The helicopter lay shattered across a rocky slope. Smoke curled into the cold night air. His head pounded. Blood trickled down his forehead. For several seconds, he couldn't remember where he was. Then training kicked in. Move. Survive. Fight. Cole unbuckled himself and dropped hard onto the wreckage. Pain shot through his left shoulder. Dislocated. But not broken. He quickly reset it with a painful shove against a metal beam. The agony nearly made him pass out. But he remained conscious. He had to. Because somewhere out there, enemy fighters would already be moving toward the crash. The mission had been simple. His 12-man Special Forces team had been sent deep behind enemy lines to rescue an intelligence officer captured by a terrorist warlord named Rashid Karim. The officer carried information that could expose dozens of undercover agents. If Karim broke him, countless lives would be lost. Now the mission had become something else. Survival. Cole searched the wreckage. The pilot was dead. 2 team members had died instantly. 3 others were severely injured. The remaining 6 slowly emerged from the smoke. Captain Mason Reed. Staff Sergeant Diaz. Corporal Lewis. Sniper Ethan Price. Medic Jake Turner. Communication Specialist Noah Brooks. Bruised. Cat. Exhausted. But alive. For now. Then came the sound. Engines. Lots of them. Cole climbed onto a rock and looked through his binoculars. His stomach tightened. Truck headlights stretched across the valley below. At least 100 enemy fighters. Coming fast. The crash had attracted everyone. Move! Cole shouted. The survivors grabbed what supplies they could and disappeared into the mountains. The next 2 days became a nightmare. The mountains were brutal. Temperatures dropped below freezing at night. Food was scarce. Water even scarcer. Enemy patrols hunted them constantly. Every ridge seemed occupied. Every valley seemed trapped. Yet they kept moving. Special Forces training taught them one simple truth. The body quits long after the mind does. On the 3rd day, disaster struck. Noah stepped on a hidden landmine. The explosion echoed through the canyon. The blast threw him 10 feet. Cole sprinted toward him. The damage was devastating. Noah's legs were gone. The medic worked desperately. But everyone knew. Noah wasn't leaving the mountain. As night fell, Noah called Cole over. "Tell my wife." He whispered. Cole gripped his hand. "You'll tell her yourself." Noah smiled weakly. They both knew it was a lie. "I was scared," Noah admitted. "Everybody's scared," Cole replied. "Even you?" Cole nodded. "Especially me." For the first time all week, Noah laughed. Minutes later, he died. The team buried him beneath a pile of stones. No speeches. No ceremonies. Only silence. Then they moved on. By day 6, the team had reached the area where the intelligence officer was supposedly being held. An abandoned fortress sat atop a mountain ridge. Enemy guards surrounded it. Cole studied the position through binoculars. The situation looked hopeless. 30 defenders. 7 exhausted operators. Almost no ammunition. Captain Reed looked at him. "What now?" Cole answered immediately. "We finished the mission." That night they attacked. Like ghosts. Price eliminated 2 guards with suppressed rifle shots. Diaz cut the power. Lewis planted explosives. The fortress erupted into chaos. Gunfire flashed through the darkness. Enemy fighters ran in every direction. Cole led the assault team through a side entrance. Room by room. Hallway by hallway. They fought upward. Every step cost ammunition. Every corner risked death. Finally, they found the prisoner. Intelligence Officer Daniel Harris. Bruised. Starving. Barely conscious. But alive. The mission objective was complete. Unfortunately, escaping would be even harder. The fortress alarm blared. Hundreds of enemy fighters were converging. The team fled into the mountains. For 2 days they carried Harris through snow-covered passes. The enemy never stopped chasing them. Neither did the drones overhead. Neither did the mortar fire. They were being hunted relentlessly. On the 9th day, Price made a sacrifice. The team reached a narrow canyon. Enemy forces appeared behind them. Too close. Too many. Someone had to stay behind. Price volunteered. No. Cole refused immediately. Price smiled. "You need the rescue package." He pointed at Harris. "You don't need a sniper." Before anyone could argue, Price climbed onto a rocky overlook. His rifle cracked. 1 enemy fighter fell. Then another. Then another. The team continued moving. The sound of Price's rifle echoed through the canyon for nearly 20 minutes. Then it stopped. No one spoke afterward. Everyone knew what that silence meant. The survivors pushed onward. 6 men remained. Their food was gone. Their water nearly depleted. Exhaustion consumed them. But the extraction point was finally close. Just 1 more mountain ridge. Then came the ambush. Machine guns erupted from hidden positions. Bullets shredded the rocks around them. Captain Reed fell first. A bullet struck his chest. Diaz was hit seconds later. Cole dragged both men behind cover. The medic worked desperately. But Reed was dying. Fast. The captain grabbed Cole's vest. "Get them home." Cole swallowed hard. "You'll be there." Reed shook his head. "We both know better." His breathing slowed. Then stopped. Rage flooded through the team. But rage could not win this fight. Only discipline could. Cole organized a counterattack. The surviving operators split into fire teams. Lewis flanked left. Diaz provided covering fire despite his wound. Cole advanced through a narrow ravine. One position after another fell. The ambush collapsed. The enemy retreated. But victory came at a cost. Diaz succumbed to his injuries before sunset. Now only 4 remained. Cole, Lewis, Turner, Harris. The final extraction point sat in an open valley. A rescue helicopter was scheduled to arrive at dawn. The problem was surviving until dawn. Enemy forces were everywhere. Thousands of acres surrounded them. No place to hide. No place to run. As darkness fell, the enemy launched their final assault. Wave after wave advanced toward the valley. Tracer rounds filled the night sky. Explosions shook the ground. The Special Forces survivors fought from a ring of rocks. Every bullet counted. Every second mattered. Hours passed. Ammunition dwindled. Lewis was wounded. Turner was wounded. Cole himself took shrapnel in his leg. Still they fought. Still they held. Because dawn was coming. Finally, just as the sun rose above the mountains, they heard it. Helicopters. American helicopters. The most beautiful sound any soldier could hear. The rescue force swept across the valley. Attack helicopters unleashed devastating firepower. Enemy fighters scattered. The battle was over. Cole collapsed from exhaustion as medics rushed toward him. The mission had succeeded. The intelligence officer was safe. The information he carried would save countless lives. But victory felt hollow. Too many friends were missing. Too many graves had been left behind. Months later, Cole stood before a memorial wall. The names of Noah, Price, Reed, Diaz, and the others were engraved in stone. He ran his fingers across the letters, remembering every laugh, every argument, every mission, every sacrifice. A young recruit standing nearby noticed him. "Were you with them, Sergeant?" Cole nodded. The recruit looked at the names. "They're heroes." Cole stared at the wall for a long moment. Then he answered quietly. "They were more than heroes." He smiled sadly. "They were family." And as the wind swept across the memorial, Sergeant Cole Walker saluted the fallen men who had fought, survived, and sacrificed everything behind enemy lines. The mission was over. Their legacy would live forever.